So in this video, I'm gonna try to basically show you how you can apply for a TRV visa from inside Canada only. This is not for a visitor visa that is from outside Canada, or this is not actually a visitor visa application. This is just to teach you if you are inside Canada and you have a existing study or work permit. It can be any work permit or any study permit. It can be a work permit based on your spouse. It can be a work permit that you get after studies, PG work permit, or maybe you got a work permit through a public policy. You are a spouse of permanent residents and you have a spousal sponsorship application in process, and you got a work permit for that. So any work permit except refugees and any study permit. So how to get a passport stamp, like the passport sticker, so you can travel outside Canada. So basically, even if you have a valid work permit, but if you don't have a sticker on your passport, if you don't have a visa sticker on your passport, that is called a TRV visa, then you cannot travel outside Canada. You can travel basically outside Canada, but you cannot enter back inside Canada. So I'm gonna like go straight. So this is the checklist. So we need a digital photo from a studio that is 35 mm by 45 mm. I'm gonna discuss how you can kind of make your own photo as well. If you are if you are not able to go to a digital studio for some reason, you need your passport for sure. You need your current study or work permit. You need to fill out this form. And then I always recommend that you show at least a balance of $5,000 in your account. Many people do apply with less than 5,000 and they get successful as well, but I always recommend that you should at least have $5,000 or more. The more, the better it is, right? So I'm gonna dive straight into the video and I'm gonna show you practically how to do it. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go to Google and then type GCK login, and then you're gonna use the first link. Now, if you have already created a GCK, you will go here and log in. And if you haven't created a GCK or you don't have a GCK account, you can always sign up for a GCK account. Some tips quickly I'll give you if you are trying to sign up. So focus on this part, even for the password and the username, that there should be a one uppercase letter. For example, this is a lowercase s and this is a uppercase s, right? So I'll just type my name, and then there should be one special character, for example, like this, or maybe this, and then some numbers. You can like randomly put numbers, right? So these are like the requirements, that there should be minimum 8 characters and then some number and letter combination with one letter being uppercase, right? But again, if you already have a account, you can just log in here. So I'm going to pause the video and log in for you. One thing I wanted to share was that if you like try to log in a GCK account, it will gonna crash many times. It happens a lot. So GCK accounts crash a lot. So don't worry about it. Just go start from the start from the beginning. Like start with going to Google, typing GCK, and then go there and log in, right? So once you log into your GCK account, this screen will come, and then you will start the application by clicking here, apply to come to Canada. So here you will go for visitor visa, study and work permit. It's just a bit slow. So on the first screen, I'll just to save time, I'll just pre-fill this. So you're gonna say work here. And then how long are you planning to stay for more than 6 months? India would be code for most of my clients, but if your country is other than India, you can put your country's name. Current country of residence, it's probably going to be Canada because you're inside Canada. And then if your partner or any other family member have a PR or citizenship, for most people it's going to be no. It could be yes. If it's yes, then put yes. Then put your date of birth. I just put some random numbers here. In the next question, you will say no because most people are not US citizen, and if you are, then you're supposed to put yes. But if you're a US citizen, then why are you applying for this visa, right? Current immigration status, I'm putting worker. It could be study permit, student or worker. Both will work basically, right? So all of these questions are gonna be no because, of course, if you most people are not in this situation who are applying for TRB specifically, but you should read and check because I am not liable if there is any mistake that happens. So you should read, but it will not apply to most people. Most people are not at removal order. Removal order is issued by IRCC. There are three types of removal order: departure order, exclusion order, and deportation order. And most people will not be like affected by this, right? But you should read it, but it would be no for like 99% of the people who are applying for TRV. So for this particular situation, because we are applying for TRV, even if like this would be the no, the answer to this question will be no. So for most people, this will be no as well. This can be yes for some people. For example, if somebody has applied for PNP and they got approval, and based on that you have a work permit, and then uh, basically you have submitted a file, let's say for permanent residency directly or through express entry, then this could be yes. But in the end, it won't affect anything. These questions actually doesn't affect anything what you submit in the final form. That is the main thing. This is just to like figure out which visa you qualify for. So even if you put no here, that should be fine, but you can put yes as well, and it will lead to the same outcome. So this question they are asking specifically for the people who will apply for vulnerable open work permit. If you click yes, then you will get that option. But for you, it's no because you're applying for TRV. This is very simple question. If you're married, then married. If you're single, then single. And province of destination, wherever you are right now. So when you will answer these questions, you should come to this particular visa type, and only this. If it's a work permit or if it's something else, you should not go ahead. That means something wrong was done, and then you should check the video again and do the steps as exactly as I did in the video, and then you can go continue, and describes your situation. So for most people, it will be I am on an open work permit or a study permit or study permit for specific institute. Select the option that applies to you, and then medical. If you had if you have gone through a medical in last 12 months, then you should select yes. Otherwise, you should select no. They will not ask for a medical. Even if you select no, they will not send a request for this visa. And then for this particular, it doesn't apply to you, so you should put no, because it's a TRV visa. If you want to work, then if you want to work in these specific industries, then basically you have to go through the medical process, but for you that it won't affect. So because you are applying for a TRV. So these questions, like, they can be redundant, and then they can sometimes not make sense because this is a very like old system of selecting. So you are not submitting an application for a family member if you're doing it for yourself. And then if you are like applying it for yourself, then you are not authorizing any representative. If a representative is applying for you, then you should probably not be using this a particular platform. You should just contact the representative and they will do everything for you, right? And biometrics for most people, if it's yes, if you came after 2018, I think, then you must have given biometrics. Uh, then fees, okay, you will be paying the fees, all right? And then you have the scanner, and then the question about if you will pay, then yes, you will pay, and you have a credit card, Visa, MasterCard, and one of these things, right? For most people, they would have it. If you don't have it, then please contact the representative who can help you out. So after that, just double check all the questions and then continue. You will basically reach here where it will give you the option to upload documents, and then $100 is the fees for it basically. Now the main thing is forum. So I'll just start with the forum. I hope it opens right here. Okay, it will not open here. In the Firefox, I'm using Google Chrome. In the Firefox, we have an option to like open this forum. If you can't open it, you need to install a Adobe Acrobat or Adobe Reader file. So here are the instructions. Like if you click this link, and then you can download Adobe Reader. Don't click these. You don't need them. And then after downloading Adobe Reader, you should be able to open this file in that. right? Now the first thing, I'll just go quickly through the form. I'll be very fast, not waste your time. So UCI, it's on your work permit. If you have a work permit or a study permit, look at the top right hand corner, you will see a UCI number there. It will be marked UCI. It can start from 1/1 if you came in, let's say, after 2020 or 2018, I think, and if it's before, then it can start from a random number. So for most people, you will be selecting English. Then your name, like your last name and your first name, I'll just put some of my details and some random details, right? So if you're a female, then female. If you're male, then male. And if you don't know, then you can choose between these, right? And then I'll just put a random date of birth. I'm not that young. I hope I would. But then you can like put your, let's say we can put Brampton here. And then again, that in, so this place of birth, you will find it on your passport. If you have an Indian passport, there is a column for place of birth for on the second or first page, right? So country of resident, I'll select India. Citizenship India. Current residence Canada. And then what are you here? You probably on a work permit. So now on your work permit, there will be date when it was issued. So that date you will put here, the date the work permit was issued, and the date when the work permit is going to expire, you will put here, right? Now this is a bit tricky question. So let's say India is your main country, like country of citizenship. So if you travel to India, that's okay. You don't have to put it here. If you remained only in Canada, you don't have to put it here. But if you traveled a country other than India and Canada, if India is your country of citizenship, then you will click yes and put details, otherwise no, and you won't have to put anything, right? Current where you are applying, current country of residence, it's gonna be Canada for most of you, right? So marital status depends on you. If you are married, put married, then put your marriage date here, your spouse's name here. If you have been previously married, like you're divorced, you got divorced and then you got into another marriage, then yes, and then put the previous spouse details. And remember the bad days, or you can just put no here, right? And then for the native language, I'll just put mine, which is Punjabi. It's quite far below, and then I'm able to communicate in English, and you can put as yours, right? So if you have taken a test like an ALS test, you can put yes here. They won't ask for any details, otherwise put no. It's totally up to you. The passport number is on the passport, the country of issue, your country, and the date of issue and expiry will be on the passport first page. National identity document for Indian people, they have a confusion that Aadhaar card is their national identity document, but that's not true. It's for only few countries, so it will be no. You have a US PR card. If you have, then yes. Otherwise, no. For most people, it will be no. Here, make no mistake here, because because it is very important. Put your right mailing address which you have access, because if IRCC wants to send something to you, they will send by a mail, like a Canada Post mail, right? So make sure to put the right address, and if the mailing address where you want to receive your mail is same as residential address, then yes. Otherwise, no, and then you put a different address. For most people, it will be yes. And then here, cellular, then you put your number here, and then you put your email here. You don't have to touch this column and this column, right? Just do this and go straight to this. And then after that, why are you here? You can say returning worker or returning student, right? How long you plan to stay? So it will be from, let's say, today's date when you're applying to the date when your work permit or your study permit is expiring. So expiry date of that. Funds, whatever funds you have, you can put it here. Then you are basically, if you have a work permit, you can put self, like myself, and your name and your address in Canada. In the bracket, you just put a note that you already have a work permit and you're applying for a TRV, right? And then be careful about this one. If you have submitted any previous study permit or PGWP file, the details in the PGWP file should match this. So put your highest education here. You don't have to put all your education. Post-secondary means after +2, after grade 12, after high school, and put your highest education. Like the master degree could be a highest for somebody, bachelor degree, or 2-year diploma after +2, which is common for my clients a lot, right? And then you put your employment detail. You start with the latest detail, right? So let's say I changed my job in 2025 second month. Let's say I was let's say janitor, right? And then I was working for ABC cleaning company, right? So this is how you will put it. And then city, let's say am in like Brampton, right? Or it could be anywhere, wherever you were, right? Canada, Ontario, or it could be anywhere, Calgary, Alberta, right? And then also like keep putting your details, and if obviously your details will probably not be like cover here, so you need to attach a separate sheet. I will show you in a while how to attach a separate sheet. Actually, I'll just show you now. So you will like make a Word file separate, and then you will put date as they are here, right? Like from, and then you will put, let's say, 2022 1, right? 2, you will put, let's say, 2023 one, right? Then you will put the like current activity, and then you will put, let's say, janitor or whatever that is, right? Company, and then you will put the company name, right? And then you will put city, town, right? Then you will put the town's name, right? So this is how you should do, like, so that it's easier for the officer to understand, right? Uh, and then I always forget the spelling of province. Then you put like the province, and this is how, like, I am just like, I do it in another way. I just like I create a table from here, and sort of make columns. But like this is a simple way to do that, and you just need to give them the history of last 10 years. So just do that. Give them a history of last 10 years. If you're studying, then studying. If you're unemployed, then unemployed. And you can match that with your PGP application, PGWP application, or your previous PR application, or previous study permit application. And if you don't have that, then probably ask your agent who applied the visa for you. And then for this, be very careful, right? So if you were tested positive for TB, then yes, otherwise no. These are very important questions. Most likely it will be no, no. If you have a physical or mental disorder, sorry, like you have a physical or mental disorder, most people will not have it, right? Like all of these things makes you inadmissible to Canada, like 5-year ban. So if you have TB, then you will have to say yes and explain, and but for most people it will be no. Have you remained beyond your validity or status? If you were like out of status in Canada ever, then yes, otherwise no. If your visa or permit was denied, like let's say somebody has a previous study permit denied, then yes. Have you previously applied to remain in Canada? This will be yes for most people. Like you can say, I applied for a study permit that was approved, and later I am on a work permit now, right? So, or you can say something like applied for study and work permit previously, and then a work permit under public policy, right? But if you were like, and then put the number here, like 2C is the answer, right? And then if you were like let's say refused in the past for any visa for Canada, you can say visa refused to Canada. You can specify study visa, visitor visa, or work visa, right? So you can do that. Be very careful about this particular question. And if you ever been arrested, or if you ever been booked by an officer, you would know. If you have, then it will be yes and explanation, otherwise no. If any of these question is yes, please feel free to contact us. We can help you. You should not do your application on your own. If it's all no, then you're good to go, right? And then this can be no or yes. It's just a consent. If CICC, currently IRCC would like to contact you, do you want them to contact you or not? So it's totally up to you, right? And then put today's date, and then put your like name here, and then click validate. So when you validate, it will like, I'll just show you. So it obviously I didn't fill the form right, so otherwise it will validate, and there will be like codes down there. You should look for the pages down below. It should come with like the barcodes, right? But so it will show you in red whatever things you missed. So if you miss something by mistake, you go there, and then you fill out that way. As I was saying, it will log you out again and again, the GC key. So it did with me. Yeah, so after that, basically, if you are done with this file, upload this file. Sometimes there is a problem in uploading it, so just change the name of the file and then try to upload it. it will work. Here in this tab, you will basically upload your current work permit. There is a very good PDF tool I'm gonna show you. It's called I Love PDF. So here, if your file size is more than you compress, and then you can upload a file here to compress it. You can merge two files using this particular, if you just put the two files here, and it will give you a merged file. So this is how you can use. Here you need to upload your passport, here you need to upload your digital photo, and then here I generally upload the proof of funds for this application. And after all of these documents are uploaded, and then you just go ahead and like pay for the fees. After these documents are uploaded, there will be a next option. About the digital photo, I want to show you. So you can basically, so digital photo, it's like, um, give me a second for TRV. So if you go here, you will be able to see that this is how the photo should be. Straight, open eyes, no glasses. You can like put your fo face in these positions. These are no. This one is yes. And then the specification is it should be 35 wide and 45 in height. I'll just like show you a simple trick here. So as an example, this is a very bad photo of me. So this is actually 50 by 70 It's 50 here and 70 here. Now, if I want to do 35 and the 45, so I'll just like keep a little bit of my shoulders, mainly face, and then this. So this is a little bit up. Yeah. So this is 45, this is 35, and like approximate photo that is clear like this, it will work. So there should be no issue. So this photo will work. So just crop it in using this tool. It's in all Windows computer. And then if you don't have this tool, I will just like crop a photo online. I'll put it here, and then maybe go to an image resizer. So you can probably like put it here and then like crop it like this, right? So this would be easy if like this is much easier than the previous method I show you, right? And then you can like crop it and then download the photo, right? So it's like very easy thing. There are some other things I want to discuss because I don't want to leave anything out. So I'll just go with my slides. This is a bit of a boring thing, so that's why I kind of I'm putting it in the end. So this is like a step-by-step process. Like you go to this particular link. I'll put the link in the like bottom of my uh, video, the YouTube video. So you will go to GCK, then you apply to come to Canada. There will be option when you log in your account, and then you need to complete this particular form, and then these are the documents that you need as we discussed below. So the for scanning, because everything needs to be clear, just make sure you are putting things on a flat surface. No fingers are coming in your scanned photos or on your scanned documents. Like people have their thumbs and fingers in there. It doesn't look professional. You might get approval, but you should present a professional application. Ensure everything is readable, so double check file before uploading it. And then this was supposed to go here. Then the laws and regulation, you don't need to look into it much, but basically if you are like applying for a TRV visa, you're applying under Section 11(1) of Immigration Refugee Protection Act, but you basically don't need to know much about it, right? And basically you also need to like convince the officer that for this TRV visa that it comes under 179B of Immigration Refugee Protection Regulations, that you need to convince the officer that you will like leave the country before the authorized period of your stay. But practically, to be honest, the officers are not looking for much since you already have a work permit. A good fund and good application that doesn't have any error would be sufficient. So this was the first video on my YouTube channel. Thank you for Watching it, I'll introduce myself. This is not a very good photo of me. My name is Sahil. I'm a regulated immigration consultant. I also work with more complicated files. For example, if somebody wants to apply for refugee in Canada, if somebody is in need of protection, if somebody wants to apply for humanitarian and compassionate ground, they can, if they want to apply for express entry through PNPs, RCIP, AIP, or express entry. So if somebody wants to apply for a complicated PGWP application or even a simple one if you don't want to do it yourself. So I'm a regulated immigration consultant. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel if you want to do it right. And then if you need our help, you can always contact us. My information will be in the bio of this video. Thank you.